Going on, guys? Good morning. It is Monday, March 20th, 2023, and we're getting kind of a bounce a little bit in the marketplace. I wonder if that news about UBS purchasing Credit Suisse is giving us this bounce here. Um, let's find out. I was trading a little bit last night, had some really good trades. Um, got got a couple good ones in both the evaluation on the sim side of things. Got hit with the rejection of the 200 moving average. See how it's moving right now. Here we are. You can see we're bouncing up. We're hitting near the upper band of the volume weighted average price. It was crazy volume overnight. This was this hit that I took. It was crazy volume in the middle of the night. It was like trading like 1,500 contracts, which is just a lot of volume for being in the middle of the night. We're getting kind of a rip up here, but TTM's kind of cooling off a little bit. We may start to get a pullback down. Let's take a look at the 3-minute chart. Three-minute has some cooling off going on as well. 6.1 to 6.8, and then back down to 6.4. Seems to be less movement than there was in the middle of the night, surprisingly. Even though we're way up here at 39.70. I took a long there. I'm just going for 4 ticks based off the 3-minute chart. Made 150 back on that. It's a nice little pop there off of 70. This high up here, 4,100. Did I say 4,100? That is 4,100. No, it's 4,009. 4,009 and a quarter. Five-minute chart is looking okay as well. Got this like double top thing here at this resistance level of 39.71. It's really kind of 39.70, but it's also beginning to act as support. You can see it's kind of bouncing relatively strongly off of 70 up to 72 there. So as far as the evaluation goes, we're up just a couple of bucks in the 50K side. Pretty strong resistance there at 72. Switch back to a 1-minute chart. Let's take a look at this. This whole little section here. This looks like this is actually going to break out over this. And there's the breakout over that. From 6.7 to 7.2 to 7.9 in the TTM. I honestly would like to see a pullback. Frankly, a trend reversal to the downside wouldn't be bad either. Potentially painting a dark blue TTM candle. should give us some of that cooling off. But really, I'd like to see it do this again. Like pretty much this exact move. So we can grab a red to yellow. Yeah, when we were trading last night, we made pretty good money right up in here. And then this rejected super heavily when we were trading it. So I tried to take the bounce here for another test of the 200 moving average, and I just continued to charge downward. You can see that this was up here at 39.30 and it ran all the way back down to 38.97. It was just an insane drop. So, and then we've pretty much been running since, and now we've ran all the way up to 39.70 off of being, you know, what, down at 38.90, 3900 area. What up, Michael? Good to see you. 672 away from funding. Dude, that's awesome, man. Dude, I really hope you get that, man. I really, really do. I think so. I had recently heard that Apex Trader Funding is now offering they're now offering the ability to use Tradeovate and TradingView with their platform. So you're not just stuck on NinjaTrader, but they are running an 80% off flash sale right now. There is a link in the description for those guys, and that's running for the next day and 13 hours. So I'll throw this up on the screen here real fast. But Apex, I saw, is now offering Tradeovate and TradingView as well as NinjaTrader. So now they offer what Elite Trader Funding offers in terms of the software. So if y'all want to check these guys out, you can get 80% off right now for the next day and 13 minutes. I went with Take Profit because Tradeovate and EOD drawdown on challenge accounts. Went with Take Profit. What's Take Profit? Is that a prop firm? What up, Pawn? Good to see you. Cup and handle breakout potential here. I was looking for how that would run. Oh, trust me, dude. Pawn, I could like barely sleep last night, and so I was trading last night, and I traded this whole up run here when it was up like $600, and then I waited for this to drop, and then I tried to take this bounce. And instead it rejected, it just failed. I literally went to bed on this candle right here. And I'm like, I feel like it's just going to rip right back up. I checked the market as I was laying in bed and it was already like way up here. I was like, holy crap. I'm like, man, I knew my intuition was right. That thing was just going to keep ripping up. Right now, I'm hoping actually for a drop. Like, honestly, I wouldn't mind a blue to red. I think we may eventually come to the point to where we get a trend reversal to the downside. I mean, the 50s or the 200 has been working its way up. Right now, we're pulling down to the 50. I was about to say I'm gonna look at going short right there. In a little more than I want. Probably gonna get a bounce here off the 50. Yeah. I'm focusing on short strategies as much as I can, even though today is very bullish. So today is very bullish, and I will be just trading whatever direction the market is going, really. But I thought we were headed a little more closer to that short because of the TTM sell off here, and because we had dipped below that 50. But honestly, I should have recognized that as a 50 EMA bounce. I think that like by the end of last week, like I started feeling emotional, honestly, about my trading, and that's just not like me. And I think that it was just like the combination of lack of sleep, daylight savings time, messed with my circadian rhythm so bad this year. I've never seen that do that before. But yeah, I took some time to rest, rejuvenate this weekend. I started my garden for this year. So actually, we added 2 more beds this year, so now we have 4 beds. I'm pretty happy about that. I haven't planted yet, but I set up all the beds and the soil and like the grids and everything like that. I can't wait to plant. I'm probably gonna plant either today or tomorrow, sometime this week. I think it's supposed to rain though, so I'm trying to get it before the rain. Dun, 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 wow, wow. The end of the day drawdown allows for so much more wiggle room. Um, yeah, a lot of people really like the end of the day drawdown. I do and I don't. I don't for the only reason that like this is a me thing. Uh that like I sometimes tend to forget where I'm at. So I like checking and figuring out exactly where I'm at, and you probably get that option and that availability to be able to do that. But midday, I think I like it a bit with the drawdown as I go. Okay, this looks short now, I think. Although we're still above that 35 and 50, so this could just bounce right here again. There's a red candle there, so blue to red. Nine's below 12. Approaching a 1226 crossover toward the downside. This is bouncing on the EMA 35, and we're getting a red on the TTM. So that red on the TTM, as well as this crossover, as well as that moving average of the exponentials, can indicate more short. And so right now, I'm inclined to think short. I'm going to wait for this candle to finish, though. There's in about 5 seconds. Because it is finding decent support off the 50 and the 35. Moving from 0.5 to 1.3 on the TTM. And there's that crossover potential inbound. I'm going to take a short. About right there. The only thing I don't like about the short is that we're getting these hammer candles coming in and the bounces off the 50. And of course now it just filled me. Huh. Those are interesting spikes right there. Now I'm stuck in it. I'm still working on this short base strategy. So if I lose a lot in the sim, that's perfectly fine. I wish this thing would let me out. I'm actually going to jump to the evaluation side. I'm going to look for a red yellow. I'm only trading one contract of the micro at the moment, which worked out for me pretty well earlier. I'm on a 5-tick trailing stop loss at the moment. There's a continued pullback there. gratefully we are positive in our evaluation. Like $7, but you know, money's money. SPY option flow. I don't know if I have access to that. How do I add that? Can I add that on TradeAway? I don't even know how I would use that yet. It does look like this is gonna go up, not down.
Order filled.
Join the bid there in the evaluation side. I'm looking for just a rip up from here. I have a 5-tick trailing stop loss. Look for this to push up towards 73. Hopefully we don't just get a slam down. But I'm looking for that rip through 70. I think we need to get above 71.50 for this to really get that like rip potential that we're after. Okay, we're in profit. Now we got that trailing stop loss just running up with this. We are only in one contract to the micro. We're just going to let this run. There we go.
Stop filled.
Got a nice trade on that, up $23.04 today. Very nice run on the red to yellow move there. I'm trying to take my time. I think that by Friday I was trading kind of emotionally, and I think that was just, that's not me. That's not normal for me to trade that way. But sometimes it's just, I don't know, every now and then I guess it happens. It's really rare for me to trade emotionally. But there's sort of that like double top right there at 74. So I'm gonna call that 75 really as resistance. 9's above 12. We've got this red to yellow move here. This is looking strong for more upward move. The upper band of the VWAP is up here at 39.90. So we may get a slight pullback here, but this honestly seems like an entry zone. I tried to grab that. It was a little late, I think. Just working my way slowly on the evaluation. I pay to see option flow separately. Okay. Tradie ticks. Michael, you seem like kind of an advanced trader. I like that. I like learning from people who, in my opinion, likely know more than I do. And like I don't know, I don't have the ego to act, you know, a certain way. I really like learning from other people's experience. I think that's one of the most valuable things I can do as a trader and as a person. Getting a big pullback there off 75, right on that cyan switch too, by the way. Big rejection down. It's funny because like I want to actually join the bid there and like take the bounce, but so many of the things that I've seen that have dropped like this end up continuing to drop. And so now what I would normally have done in the past would be to join the bid right here and take a bounce. Now I'm like sketched out to do it, considering that we've been in this bear market for the last 2 months. And so many times I see these sort of drops and I'm like tempted to buy it, and then it just continues to drop down. That's exactly what happened earlier when I was trading in the middle of the night. Right here is I saw this rejection here, and then I saw this like green candle coming in. I bought right here, expecting another test of the 200 moving average, only to have this fail like significantly. And then if wouldn't let me out of my trade. Like at this point, I was like, let me out. That's how I ended up being down like 1200 or so at the start of the day. So this one did bounce reasonably well. Not enough though, but it is kind of forming a little flag. I'm taking my time, like super slow in the evaluation. But I just care about passing it. So if that takes 30 days, then it takes 30 days. It's not a big deal. We do have quite a few people chilling and hanging out. And if y'all chilling and hanging out with us, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. And also, too, guys, if you're trying to earn funding in the futures market, you can check out one of two things. There is Elite Trader Funding. I love these guys. This is personally what I'm using right now. You can earn funding from as low as 10K and as high as $300,000. There is a link in the description and a promo code in there, JSBest, that you guys can use to lock in a lifetime discount. Also, Apex Trader Funding has just announced that they are offering the ability to be able to use Tradeovate and TradingView as well as NinjaTrader on their platform as well. So for me, one of the big issues, I try to use Apex Trader Funding, but NinjaTrader is kind of challenging for me. So I enjoy using things like Tradeovate. So the fact that they began offering that makes a really big difference to me. And they are offering 80% off Apex right now for the next day and a half. There is also a link in the description for these guys as well, if you guys want to check them out. I'm really happy that they started offering that because for me, I was like, I really wanted to give them more of a try as a company, but without having to learn NinjaTrader in the same process of also trying to do that was kind of like, dang, this is a lot because I just want to trade. I'm pretty well versed in TradingView and Tradeovate, but NinjaTrader was a bit new to me. We are getting a pretty large pullback. So yeah, guys, check them out if you're trying to earn some funding. We're getting a pretty reasonable pullback here off of 75. I don't know that this is going to end up falling down because we are still stacking up on the TTM. I'm going to pull this on the TOS side just to get an easier measurement of the TTM. I can still measure the TTM in Tradeovate, but it's not quite as easy because with TOS I can just hover over and it'll show me the numbers right in this box here. And so it just kind of moves with it. That's a nice fill there. That hammer candle there. I'll join the bid here. So I'm gonna get an entry off of like 72.50 in at 72.25. I'm looking for a bounce up right there. It's kind of a cup and handle. Here's the cup. This is the handle here. Tempted to join the bid here, but it's kind of fluctuating a little much, and I don't want to take really much risk inside of my eval. So I guess I should have taken it. It looked nice, but I'm looking for those like really like solid, practically guaranteed type trades. Looking to cut this one, trying to take the profit. It's kind of bouncing around. So that was a really nice trade. We definitely should have taken it in the evaluation. Something for next time. I'll try and keep the keep that in mind. We're taking a really nice trade right here though. From 69.50 all the way up to 73. I wish that was in the mini, not the micro. Getting a nice little, this looking really strong actually. See 1.5 to 2.3 to 2.9 on the TTM. Looking to take the entry off of 75 for the resistance zone. The resistance zone up here at like 77 area. Got in on that little pullback there, and I'm gonna put this down at 76. So we're in a 74, 75. And I want to see this form like a hammer candle, like a little 1 minute pullback here. That's popping up nice. I definitely should have taken that trade that we talked about. All right, we got this one on this side. Made a couple $100 on that. Down 1387.50 in the sim, up 2304 in the evaluation. We're coming up near here, these highs, high of 39.79. So we're coming up near testing that. I think there's pretty good probability that we may actually break out and test these highs, because we do got a lot of buy potential here. A lot of buying going on in the bulls bears. TTM is stacking pretty well. There's the rip. This looks like the test of the highs here. Quite a bit of sell-off there off that high test. Looking to join the bid on the sim side. Just missed that entry. It's kind of pushing past my entry a lot. Trying to just take that that rip up there from about this area. Cup and handle leading to flag. Yeah, I was seeing that too. How y'all doing out there today? You guys green? You guys red? We're green where it counts. So we're green in the evaluation. That's what matters. It's so hard to just drink a cup of tea with this, like, this much stash and beard going on here. If y'all got big beards, y'all know what I'm talking about. Rip it up. I like the way I said that. Rip it up. Pushing up to 39.80. New high at 39.80. Let's see where the upper band is. I think it was at 39.90 last we checked. Yeah, it's about 39.90 still. So we may potentially have room up to 90. 4.4 to 4.8 to 5.2 on the TTM. Just continuing to rip up. 3-minute TTM outpacing its previous 3-minute candles on the TTM stack. It's looking nice and bullish. Now, do y'all think that this bullish market today is in result of the of UBS saying that they're going to purchase Credit Suisse? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys on your thoughts on that. Speaking of which, I was curious about UBS. Yeah, okay. I was looking at this last night at about 16. And that was definitely a nice run there. So if y'all don't know, Silicon Valley Bank caused contagion that made Credit Suisse be exposed to the same risks. And they sought out a $54 billion loan, and then UBS offered an emergency buyout, emergency merger, and now UBS is going to be taking over Credit Suisse. We're breaking up above 80, now 39.8150. New highs here. Just continuing to rip. I have not heard from Tiny. I was actually wondering the same, wondering if she's okay. I was going to reach out to her today, actually, if I didn't hear from her. Sorry about the 25K eval, homie. But at least you're up 695 in the other one. I haven't heard from Tiny either, man. I was hoping that she's all right. I haven't heard from her in a minute, and I don't know. If I don't hear from my people in a while, I'll start getting worried about them. We're ripped all the way up to 85 and hitting pretty strong rejection there. I can't trade up here now because it's just continuing to rip. And if it's just on this endless rip, I don't want to get stuck in something like that. We had this double doji before that rip, forming another little flag here. It's just continuing to rip at this particular point in time on the 5-minute chart. But like I said, I think we have room up to 90. That was a lot of sell-off on that last candle. Huge volume, 8,800 there with a little flag form. Like, I'm so tempted to want to continue to trade through this zone, but because I didn't take this one, like, this honestly seemed like the move for this zone. And even though I can see that it's bouncing, I need to just wait for my setup again, really. So I may wait for a rejection. This is like another little flag form that you see here. Kind of some leveling off there on the TTM. You can see switching blue. One second, Joe. We have a very clear flag here. Got an entry off of 81.75, and we've got a 5-tick trail stop on the sim. And I'm looking for a rip up test of 85. Oh, didn't realize I was only on one contract. Oops. So there's an arbitrage potential with CS, being you'll get one share of UBS for every 22 and a half CS shares. Interesting. Okay. That's fascinating. That's a really fascinating play right there. That's some higher level stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting. So if you get one share for every 22 and a half shares, but then what is CS trading at? Hang on. Why is my music gonna get me copyright? Do I have something playing that I shouldn't? I just have epidemic sound. Like it's all copyright free, man. Unless they remove this from epidemic. Now I have to like check epidemic. Boom, boom. Hmm. Oh, YouTube opened a short in the background. Oh, dude, yeah, me tripping out there, man. I was like, wait, dude, I pay for these licenses, man. I pay for this music. I was, I was tripping there for a second. I was like, dude, what? All right, we're getting a pullback now, which is honestly what I want to see. I frankly would like to see more pullback. But we are getting a pulling all the way back to the 9. Pretty decent support up here, though. TTM pullback looking like 6.5 to 6.2 to 6.0 to 5.8 to 5.2. So this candle here is the first one that looks like it has real pullback, because a lot of this had support throughout it. So the question is, how far down do we pull back to? I'm thinking like 75. If we happen to pull back that far, if we hold 80, then this will just look really strong. But wow, look at that. Look at that drop. Woo! There's 75. A lot of buys back up off that. People taking profit on 75 or people entering on 75, one of the two. Popping all the way up to 78. Y'all heard the way I said that too. I was like popping all the way up. Moving from 5.9 to 4.8 to 3.9. Yeah, so definitely a lot of pullback here. Let's see, where's our 200 moving average? Our 200 has crept up, but our 50 crept up with it. So not really headed into bearish territory just yet. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. It really does help the channel grow. Helps the whole community grow, really. And it also lets YouTube know, hey, you know what? There's some people here. They're doing something. Maybe we want to highlight that. I'm going to go ahead and join the bid here. See if we can get this bounce up towards 80, 85 or so. Sorry for all the window flipping. I'm still trying to learn how to like be really good at actually streaming all the software and stuff like that, all at the same time trading. But mainly it's the streaming of the software, and just like getting really good at that. This is quite the bounce here, but it's really difficult to get an entry. All right, we did get an entry at 78.75, but we kind of got an entry on this downward candle, so it might just stop us out. It did, yeah, just to stop out. Down 14.25 on the day. In the sim, in the eval, we're up about 23 bucks. Little hammer here, but this might act the same way these other ones did. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's looking more like this zone. So run 1, run 2, and then this pullback here. Let's pull back to the 50. This other one kind of did the same thing. $50 is down at 74. So it's about $5 down, $6 down. Are we going to form another cup and handle here? Up here towards the stop. We got this support candle. We got this guy here coming in like a hammer. It's looking pretty promising. All right, we're in long 2 contracts. I don't have a sell order in. Let's put that there. I'm gonna put a sell order at 81. And then I'm gonna switch this back to my brackets. Probably need to cut that since it's dropping that way. Luckily, our entry is at 79, so it's not bad. It's not a bad entry. This does look like it's going to go to blue to red, though. Let's see if this bounces here, but if it doesn't bounce off that 26, probably got to cut this. This is in the sim. So, again, it's here for practice, and I definitely need a lot of practice trading through a bear market. Did well in bull market for last couple of years, but trading in bear market, I definitely need practice. There's a red candle form there. So we're going to cut that. And I'm just going to go ahead and check in with y'all on the over. Saying I was listening to something in headphones that wasn't on the stream. Nah. I just listen to save music, y'all do. Big drop down there. How did this not switch back? pretty major pullback, pulling all the way back down. If we pull down below the 50, then I'm gonna wait for that crossover. This crossover is really far away. I mean, that's a major dump on share or contracts. But we got this down at the 200 down here at 60, and the 50 is up here at 74, 75 area. So I don't think that we're gonna head into bearish anytime soon, but this 200 has been working its way up. Let's see where it's at on the 3-minute. 3-minute side, it's still below VWAP. 5 minutes, probably same thing. Yep, down below VWAP on 5. So yeah, I think we got a ways to go before we end up in that bearish territory. And that, honestly, that UBS buy of Credit Suisse, I think, is really bolstering the market pretty heavily, actually. I think it was a 209. No, that I'm thinking of the federal bailout for SVB. That was $209 billion. Okay, we may get a red to green opportunity here after that big dump down. These are on red dots on TTM, but this doesn't look bad. Nice bounce off the 50, which was right there at 75, which I originally, if you remember over here, saying that would probably be the support zone. But this 78, 79, 80 area is acting as resistance pretty heavily. 1.5 to 1.8, 1.9 on the TTM. We're from 1.8 to 2.1 on the TTM. We got an entry at 78.50 with a 6-tick trail stop on the sim side. I'm going to try for 2 contracts of the micro and look to join. I'm going to wait for that red to yellow to form. Looks like we probably took an L there. 1.8 to 2.0. It looks strong for upward move, but I'm going to try again with that trade. I got to see that red to yellow happen. 2.0 to 2.18, 2.2. So that entered at 79. It's probably going to stop me out. Nah, it only went down a tick or two. Still waiting on that red to yellow. This is going from 2.0 to 2.4 though. It did stop me out on the downside. Loss of about 75 bucks. 2.0 to 2.3. This is looking in between strong and weak because there's a couple of reasons right now. Number one, it's taking this really strong bounce off the 50 EMA, but there's some divergence here from the 12 and 26. There's that red to yellow. That's what we wanted to see. Not just going to jump at it though. Even though it looks good. 2.3 to 2.1, 2.0 area.
Order filled.
Join the bid off of 80, 39.80, and I've got a 5-tick trail stop with 2 contracts. I'm looking for a move past like 82, hopefully. We did get a red to yellow. We are pulling back.
Stop
Stop
filled.
filled on the down. Now only up 9.56 on the day. Taking very small wins, small losses, but we are keeping our losses small, and that's really important right now. Um, Especially after like the really challenging trade week that I had. I keep thinking this is gonna break out, and then it keeps like rejecting along 80 area. 2.2 to 1.8. There's a pop up to almost 81. I mean, it looks really strong. What's the volume looking like? Volume's actually kind of slow, kind of minimal. I can't trust it. This is like way too many down wicks. I mean, look at these big fat down wicks. So I can't really trust a trade here. Like this looks like it could just slam down with those big down wicks there. 1.6 to 1, or sorry. 2.2 to 2.0 to 1.6 on the TTM. 1 minute with yellow candles. 9's getting above the 12 right there. You can see that kind of confirms the upward move. But this is low volume push up. So I'm really sketched out about this because of these big wild down wicks. Gonna hold off on trading that zone. I'm trying to remain very patient today. So, like I said, y'all, if y'all are trying to earn funding in that futures market, y'all gonna want to check out Elite Trader Funding, where you can actually get funded all the way up to $300,000. Personally, I'm working on the 50K evaluation today, and I'm also working on the 100K static evaluation. This allows me 2 contracts in the mini and $2,000 profit target. This allows me 8 contracts in the mini with a $3,000 profit target with a trailing max drawdown of $2,000. If you use the link in the description, you'll actually, and the promo code that's also in the description, you'll actually lock in a lifetime discount on all of these that you see here. This is one of the only companies I've seen that offers the Diamond Hands evaluation, which allows you to hold overnights and weekends. I've never seen anything else offer that. But you're definitely going to want to check these guys out if you're trying to earn funding in the futures market. Additionally, guys, for another option, Apex has announced that they are offering the use of Tradeovate and TradingView, that they're including that software now. So you can also check them out. They're offering an 80% off flash sale right now for the next day and a half. There's also a link in the description for Apex Trader Funding, and they're offering the ability to be able to use NinjaTrader, TradingView, and Tradeovate now. So I think that's very important for people who like using Tradeovate. So make sure to check them out as well if you guys are looking to take advantage of the sale that is going on right now. There is a link in the description that will link you to that so that you can get that sale there. And it does help support that channel. I think you get the sale either way, but when you purchase through the affiliate link in the description, it does help the channel grow, helps the channel be sustained, helps us be able to be here every day for you guys. So we love and appreciate y'all when you pick that up. And let's go ahead and jump into the charts and see what's going on with this. So it did kind of break out to 82 was the area I was looking for. It did break there, but not with a lot of volatility through it, which is, why I kept my loss pretty small with that. Started trading with a trailing stop. So I think that is what's kind of wisest for me going forward for a while, is trading with the trail stop. Most of the time they don't work out for me. I usually don't trade with stops for that very reason, but nine getting above the 12, almost a 1226 crossover on a cyan switch. Very weak cyan switch though. When you look at this, you can see that these numbers here are pretty weak in terms of the overall stacking. Went from 2.2 to 2.0 to 1.5, which is not bad, to 0.4, which is actually pretty good, to 0.2, which is, I guess, not bad. So the numbers aren't as weak as I thought they were. They looked weaker. For a bounce off 80, I don't think that we're going to get that, though. I think it's a little too low. Joined the bid there at 81 and a quarter, and getting a nice little rip up. Our stop. What? Why the hell did this put me in another trade? This put me in a short. That literally like took that trade and then put me in a short. It worked out, but wow. Like it ripped up, took the long trade, which is great because it got profit there, and then it immediately went short, which is also not a bad thing in terms of the fact that we did make profit, but it shouldn't have done that. It just automatically put me in a trade I didn't authorize. I didn't set that up at all. Going from 0.8 to 1.4 on the TTM. All signs look like point to this ripping up, but there's so much volatility between each candle. Right now, the range is crazy. Like this one was down to 81, down to 70. It's a 12-tick candle range. I need to look for something a little more obvious. Like it's easy to say this is going in an upward direction, but I mean like something a little bit more obvious, like something like this or like that, where it's a very clear upward, and there's a lot less like confusion in terms of the overall direction. Our trade definitely would have worked out up to 82. Unfortunately, we got stopped out on one of these candles for a small loss. We're still green on the day, which is good, but there's that rip up to 85, now 87, 88 that I was talking about. I said that originally that we had room up to 90. This came up and hit 89. So close to the original call. And we're gonna watch out for a potential rip downward. You can see we on this candle here, we got this big rip up, followed by another big rip up, and then a massive rip down. So that may happen again. There's a huge amount of volume, 10,600 contracts traded here. As opposed to this one was 8,800. So this is one of our biggest volume candles of the day. A little flag on this candle on that new high there. New high up there around 88, 89. I think it was at almost 90. 89 and a quarter. It's a massive rip. I tried to actually take advantage of this, but the range of this candle stopped me out, unfortunately. I was hoping that this would rush up to 82 for my entry off of 80. But the stop out was a little too close, I guess. But even if it was less, it would have stopped us out on this candle too. This candle here really was the entry off the second cyan. ES now up 1% on the day. Market reacting very favorably to the UBS news. UBS as well, looking very strong. I honestly wish I had taken this trade because I was looking at this at 16 bucks, and I was like, I was kind of surprised that it had dropped down right here in the after hours because they had already made that claim that they were going to purchase the bank. So I was like, wow, I'm surprised that this is dropping. And I guess I should have just taken it there at like 16 and tried to get out at 19. Boom, 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 boom. Another flag on the play. There's a flag on the play. GTM going from 4.0 to 4.5, now to 4.7. So we look for a pullback to about 85 area, maybe like 84, and then join the bid off that. I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to eliminate this trail stop. I'm going to put the what the heck, I'm already in a trade. I long since cut that. That's always very frustrating when the caching works that way. Well, our entry is at 83.50, and now I'm going to short. Software is acting wonky donks right now. I'm trying to exit the short. Okay, so that did exit. I go into this page here to collect the garbage, which actually like clears the cache. Pulling all the way back to 82 from that high of 89. Will we ever get a trend reversal to the downside today? What do you guys think? The 200 moving average has worked its way up to 46, or sorry, 64 to 39.64 on the 200 moving average. 4.8 to 4.1. Or sorry, 4.8 to 4.2 to 4.1. Look back now to 82.50s. A little bear flag right there. But this is kind of pulling up a little bit. I don't know if I call it a bear flag. Probably the wrong assessment there, honestly. I think we have a really long way to go before this 200 moving average gets above this 50, especially because the 50's been climbing with us. 50's up at 78 now, while the 200 moving average is down here at 64. They're about $14 apart. I think that we got a really long way to go before this trend reversal starts happening. And the trend reversal, just to be clear, doesn't need for the 5200 cross to happen. But that definitely is a very strong indicator of a trend reversal. Let's take a look at the 3-minute chart and just kind of see how this has been stacking. 3 minutes starting to beginning to decline, so you can almost see a head and shoulders forming along the 3-minute TTM. This is kind of interesting because I don't think I've ever done this type of assessment before, so bear with me. It may not be correct. I'm gonna just take a look at this because what I'm seeing here is this looks like a left shoulder followed by a head, and like a right shoulder is beginning to form. And so, what this kind of is beginning to communicate to me via the TTM, not necessarily the chart, is that there may be a head and shoulders inbound. I could be wrong. I've never assessed the TTM that way before. We'll see if it's right. You're seeing live system development in action. So we'll see if this is right over the next 20 minutes or so. Might even be closer to 10 minutes. Because a lot of times at 8:45 we get like a big shift. That's in like 8 minutes or so. So we'll see what's up with that. Currently this candle's at 8:36, so we'll have another candle, or sorry, 8:36. Yeah, I was gonna say should be 39, but it kept saying 42 down there. So this is kind of looking almost like the beginning of a head and shoulders potential. At least just an idea. What are your thoughts on there? Pawn, if you're still with us, what do you think about that? You're kind of the head and shoulders trader, dude. $7.8 to 6.9. Kind of finding some support off of 80. 7.8 to 6.9. We should have a new 3-minute candle in about 10 seconds. I'm really interested in that one. Let's see what we got going on. Because if this follows this pattern over here, we might get a bounce. $7.8 to 6.9 to 6.3. Kind of slow moving in this area right now. Checking out the 5-minute chart. Five-minute going from 13.2 to 13.0. So not much decline on the 5-minute, and kind of bouncing off that 9 EMA there, which is right at 80. Bouncing up to 83. Five-minute candle came in as cyan there for a brief moment while I was switching. Spend the bid off of 82.50. I'm gonna go back to that 5-minute candle real fast. We are at 8:40. That 5-minute candle coming in at 13.0 to 13.2. We did get that trade a little bit back up. Obviously, we kind of screwed ourselves on the original rejection of the 200 moving average this morning, or I should say last night. 7.8, 6.9 to 6.3 on the TTM3. A new candle there at 42, which is in about 1 minute. You can see why I care about the TTM 3-minute candles, because these cyan ones tend to rip a lot. Here's a cyan one. This one ripped from 81 all the way up to 89. And you can see these other ones all continued their upward move as well. So that's why I care a lot about the 3-minute chart. 6.9 to 6.5. It says looking pretty decent potentially, or rip up. Got about 10 seconds still, 42, and that'll let us know on this new candle. Moving from 6.9 to 6.4, and new candle now to 5.7, 6.4 to 5.7. That's a lot of drop off there. We got this blue to red. I don't know. This, it looks like a bounce here, but yeah, there's a bounce up to 84 from 83. But I don't know that it's gonna stay there. Nine dipping below the 12, approaching a 1226 crossover. We could bounce off the EMA 50 again. That'd be like the 5th time or something like that. It's a lot of times that we bounce off the EMA 50. 0.4 to 1.0. Now 1.2 on the TTM 1. 9 is below 12 pretty aggressively. Approaching a 1226 crossover toward the downside. We might just bounce off the 50. Or this might be our 845 approach trend reversal potential. Looks like we're bouncing off the 50 at the moment. We went from 79, I'm going to call it 80, up to 81 and a quarter. Going from 1.0 to 1.6, so 0.3 to 0.1, or sorry, 1.0 to 1.6. 9 still below 12, approaching a 1226 crossover towards the downside. It's looking more like we're getting that trend reversal now. Like that head and shoulders that I was mentioning, this may actually approach that. And now, if that's the case, dude, and I can actually determine head and shoulders by using the TTM, I'm gonna start doing that, because that was actually a pattern I've never noticed before. But if that's a real pattern, then heck, let's add it to the repertoire. More divergence there. 9 very heavily below the 12 and getting a 1226 crossover towards the downside. I'm going to go short here. I might regret it on a 50 bounce, but it didn't let me in, even though I had a market order. In short at 79 and a quarter. I'm looking for a push down to 78. 1.0 to 2.0 to 2.8 on the TTM. Ripped on through our buy order, but didn't fill. I'm going to clear the cash. Hopefully that makes it a little easier to actually fill the trade. Didn't fill, and now it's bouncing back up. You see a lot of buy orders coming in there. Unfortunately, it went past our sell order, but no fill. Went past by a full tick. Should have filled me, but did not. And now we're getting that bounce of the 50 that I mentioned. $2.0 to 2.5 to 3.1. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. So it did put us back in profit, but now it's popping back up. So we lost 37.50 on that. Here's A45. Gonna take a look at the 3-minute candle. This really does look like a head and shoulders on the TTM. I wonder if it's kind of starting to look like that on the chart too. Going from 5.1 down to 3.8. This is looking more and more like it's going to fall down. Potentially down to like 70. Trying to enter a short position. Entered short at 78.5. And I'm looking for a rather large move down to like 75. My exit's all the way down at 73.50, so I might put my exit at 75 on the short. Kind of attempting to play off of the head and shoulders pattern that's kind of forming here. Last 20-minute candle. Just 1 second. All right, we back. Last 20 minutes, I've been on the decline. But it is kind of finding support here along 78, along 80 area. Very much looks like a head and shoulders, though. We did run below the 50. I saw a flash of a yellow candle there for a moment. So we may get support and rip. Honestly, that yellow candle is enough to scare me out of my position. So I'm gonna cut this and just see where it ends up. Made 75 on that one on the sim. So the yellow that was flashing there was enough to scare me out of my position because this could just end up ripping up again. Even though all of our moving averages are pointing towards the downside, TTM is not. And the red to yellow is an extremely powerful move. As you can see, like here's a red to yellow, rip up, red to yellow here. You can see why this red to yellow is such an extremely powerful move. I'm not taking it right now in the evaluation because this is below the 50, so there is a chance that this red to yellow could fail. There's a possible crossover right there, the 1226. Gosh, my nose is itchy. I don't know, man. Sometimes I just get like allergies. Not bad. Allergy medicine doesn't seem to do a whole lot either. 4.1 to 3.5 on the TTM. Still don't want to take this. Just because it looks like we're on the back end of this move, really looks like we're headed towards a head and shoulders, like a downward trend. 4.1 to 3.8. We may have one more bounce here before the end. Join the bid long there at 79. I'm going to reduce this exit to just 79.50. Just because I don't really trust this area right now. So my thinking is that it's going to run back up a bit before falling down. We did make a little bit back on that. $4.1 to 3.8 to 3.5. Honestly, I think trading overnight was easier last night. Trading overnight seemed really nice last night. By the way, if y'all are chilling, you hang out, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do love and appreciate y'all. Very much so. And if you're not inside of our Discord community, you're going to want to check that out. We have a lot of awesome traders in there. We got Pon, we got Michael's in there. We got Tiny, we got myself. So definitely going to check that out. We'd love to see you guys in there. I do get in there every day and post my reflections and my results on the day. There is sort of a track record of what's working and what's not working inside there. Big drop in the market. This is why I cut that trade. It's because I was worried that this red yellow move wasn't going to work out since it was on the backside of that head and shoulders. So really awesome insight right there. So I made the call about 15 minutes ago using the TTM right here, the TTM 3, to determine that we were in a head and shoulders long before the drop. Now, I've never done this before, so you guys saw it right here, March 20th, 2023. I've never used the TTM this way. Maybe somebody else out there has, but I was noticing on the TTM that we were kind of heading into a head and shoulders, and I used the TTM to actually notice it before I noticed it on the chart, because the chart was still in an upward trend. And so what I was seeing here is I saw this sort of left shoulder, I saw the head, and then it was like right here that I was assessing, hey, you know what, this kind of looks like we're heading into a head and shoulders. As you can see, it was like right here. So it was in between this little section after we got that big rip. I was like, yo, this kind of looks like a head and shoulders based off the TTM movement. And it actually did kind of work out, end up towards the drop there. So I may use that in the future. You can see now in the TTM3, we're actually headed into red territory. 9 is below the 12 on the TTM3. And like I said, I saw movement down to 75. That's where our original short was, from 79 down to 75. But we ended up taking that profit early just because of the time difference here. We're coming up on 9 o'clock. Taking a look at the 5-minute chart, which is also cooling on the TTM pretty quickly, going from 11.1 to 9.1 to 6.7 now currently. And we'll have a new candle at 9. Getting a little bounce here, but I don't think that bounce is going to last. I think a short is more probable. Going to switch over to the 1-minute side, which is putting in a red to yellow. The 200 moving average has worked its way up from 64 now up to 67, while the 50 has worked its way down to 79 from 80. So not a major difference on the 50 yet, but you can see that we are headed more and more towards the short side. I'm going to jump to the evaluation, and I'm going to look at potentially taking a short somewhere in this area. Guess that would have been it. I think we have room down to like 70. We're currently down to 72. You can see a lot of buyers are trying to prop this up. But there's just way more sells. TTM declining, but only mildly, going about 0.3 at a time. Made about 75 back on that. I reduced my sell order just because of the mildness of the TTM, even though there is a lot of pullback there. I do think that we are heading towards that trend reversal that I was mentioning sometime around 9, maybe closer to 9:30. And that trend reversal likely would push us down towards 65, which is down here at the lower band of the middle band of the VWAP. And this is why I cut that short, was because the TTM was leveling off, going now from 4.3 to 4.8 to 5.0, and getting some flashes of yellow on there. This does very much look like a head and shoulders. We just got about 1 minute to the top of the hour. Still getting flashes of yellow on the TTM. I don't really trust this. I can see rejections off of the 9. Looks like we're stair-stepping downward now. So we'll be looking for like things like bear flags. You know, be a really interesting chart would be a mirror view. It would be the same chart flipped upside down, and the reds go up and the greens go down. Like a bear trading chart for people who look at long setups. Kind of getting a leveling off here at about 72. And we put in a couple of yellow candles here for like a brief moment. Only to see them kind of flash away. 4.8 to 5.0 to 5.2. Now to 5.4, 5.3 on the TTM. This may do a bounce up towards like 75. Another bit here. In long at 72.5, and I'm looking to get out. I'm going to put that at 74. So I'm in at 72.25. I'm looking to get out at 74. Going from 4.8 to 5.2. 4.8 to 5.0 to 5.2 to 5.1, now to 5.0 on the TTM. This looks like a bear flag. You guys know my position on flags too, by the way. That they're not necessarily always bullish or bearish, although there are ones that tend to go in one direction or the other. but a flag indicates a larger momentum move. But this does look like it is a bear flag, and it did rip down. So I'm looking to cut it. Lost about 112 on that one on the sim side. All right, so here's 9 o'clock, top of the hour. We're at like 9:02, and we do have a lot of 1 minute TTM candles forming. We'll be looking for a 3-minute red to yellow in order to be able to take it long again. Taking a look at the 5-minute. 5-minute hasn't quite switched to red yet, but we are looking at a potential trend reversal very soon, I think. 9 is getting below the 12 on the 5-minute chart. So we're all the way down here at 71. Guess I was right when I was up here at 78, that we had room down to about 70, 71, which was right. Really, I was basing that off this EMA 35, and that's literally where it bounced. All right. So having said all that, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut it down on the day. I just want to say thank you all very much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. And guys, if you're wanting to try to earn funding in the futures market, Elite Trader Funding is my preferred and my favorite so far. They offer funding as low as $10K and as high as $300,000. You can use the link in the description and the promo code JSBEST to take advantage of a lifetime discount on that. But also, Apex Trader Funding has also announced that they're allowing you to trade using the software of Tradeovate and TradingView, as well as NinjaTrader, being included with your plan now. So right now they're offering 80% off. There is also a link in the description for Apex Trader Funding. You can take advantage of that. So to give you an idea on this, of what this looks like here, you can get like a 50K account that is normally priced at $167 a month. Comes down to $33.50. So for about $35 after taxes, you can get access to $50,000 account, and that price is locked in for life. You can trade with Tradeovate now, and TradingView, which is awesome because frankly, that was the whole like I actually bought these guys, and I spent so much time trying to set up NinjaTrader that I ended up just not trading it, trading my account and just wasting my money. So now that they actually have Tradeovate and TradingView, I'd be inclined to give these guys another go. But right now they're offering 80% off on Apex, and that is a lifetime discount as well. So you guys are going to want to take advantage of that type of stuff. So having said all that, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to jump into our Discord community where I'm going to post my profit and loss on the day. And yeah, we'll see you guys in there. Much love and appreciation. Peace. We'll see you tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time. Peace.